The ocean does not manufacture plastic. It does not buy it. It does not use it. Yet somehow it has become one of the world's largest plastic storage sites. And every year more arrives. Not because the sea wants it, because we do. People often say we have a litter problem, but that explanation is too comfortable, too simple. The truth is much more uncomfortable. Plastic pollution was not an unexpected mistake. It was a foreseeable consequence of how modern society chose to produce, package and distribute goods. As populations grew and supply chains expanded, food and consumer products began traveling further than ever before. Manufacturers needed a material that was lightweight, durable, cheap and versatile. Retailers needed packaging that protected products, extended shelf life and kept goods looking fresh. Consumers wanted convenience, affordability and year-round availability. Plastic delivered all of those things. It reduced breakage, lowered transport costs, protected food from contamination and spoilage, and helped global trade move faster and more efficiently. For businesses, it made economic sense. For consumers, it made modern convenience possible. That is why plastic spread across the world. Not because it was harmless, but because it worked. And the environmental cost was largely ignored. That is the bargain modern society rarely sees. Many plastic products are used for only a few minutes. The waste can remain for generations. The convenience is temporary. The pollution is not. Food now travels through a global machine. Farms, factories, distribution centres, lorries, aircraft, cargo ships, warehouses, supermarket shelves. The farther food travels, the more valuable packaging becomes. Protection becomes profit, and plastic becomes normal. Not because people love plastic, because the system depends on it. According to the United Nations Environment Programme, humanity produces more than 430 million tonnes of plastic every year. Around 36% is used for packaging, the largest source of single-use plastic waste on Earth. Approximately 85% of single-use plastic food and drink packaging ends up in landfill or as mismanaged waste. The problem is not only what we throw away, it is what we keep producing. Again, and again, and again. Plastic rarely stays where it is discarded. It travels through drains, canals, rivers, storm systems, landfills, sewage networks, and coastlines, until eventually it reaches the sea. The OECD estimates that, in 2019 alone, 6.1 million tonnes of plastic waste leaked into rivers, lakes and oceans. It also warns that plastic already trapped in rivers can continue entering the ocean for decades. The ocean is not only receiving today's waste, it is receiving yesterday's failures. And then something happens. The plastic does not disappear. Sunlight weakens it. Waves grind it. Time shatters it. It breaks apart until it becomes fragments almost too small to see. A 2023 study estimated that more than 170 trillion plastic particles now float in the world's oceans. Most are microplastics, not bottles, not bags, not visible islands of waste, tiny particles. Everywhere. A turtle mistakes a bag for food. A seabird feeds plastic fragments to its chick. A whale filters water containing particles that were once packaging. A fish consumes plastic. Another fish consumes that fish. The chain continues. UNEP warns that microplastics are entering food webs across the planet, while scientists continue to investigate their full impact on ecosystems and human health. More than 800 marine and coastal species are known to be affected by marine debris through ingestion, entanglement, and habitat damage. This is no longer an aesthetic problem, it is a biological one. We often talk about plastic as if it were waste, but waste is simply something we have chosen not to value. The ocean values it differently. It cannot ignore it. A turtle cannot ignore it. A seabird cannot ignore it. A coral reef cannot ignore it. Neither can future generations. Plastic is useful. No serious person denies that. The question is not whether plastic works. The question is whether a civilization can continue producing billions of items designed to be used for minutes and expect living systems to absorb them forever. Because what we throw away does not disappear. It becomes part of the world, part of the sea, part of living systems, part of the future. The ocean is telling us something. The question is whether we are finally prepared to listen. Plastic pollution is not a law of nature. It is the result of human decisions. And human decisions can change. Change begins long before plastic reaches the shoreline. It begins with what companies produce, what governments regulate, and what we choose to accept. The people creating demand are all of us, but the power to redesign the system sits with those who profit most from it. The question is whether we are willing to make them listen. There is still time to change course. This is our ocean, our future. If you'd like to take action, learn more about UNEP's Beat Plastic Pollution campaign, Break Free from Plastic, Surfers Against Sewage, Ocean Conservancy and the Ocean Cleanup. The sea is not a bin. Let's stop treating it like one.